Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Guns Locked. I'm Gun Through the Great, and today we're checking out the one, the only Gun Through the Great, my dreadlocks. Yeah, we're gonna just jump straight into this review, and I'm gonna walk you along the process of how I started my dreadlocks and how I got them to where I am right now. Little background: I do have a high top set of dreads. I don't have a fade right now, so don't flame me for my hair and my haircut, because I haven't got my hair cut in like over a month. But we're gonna start at the beginning of my dreadlocks and then go to a few months back on how my hair was looking. So let's get into it. So right here, this is the first day I started my dreads, and my hair was at least 3 to 4 inches right here when I started my dreadlocks. I started with towel rub. If you guys don't know what towel rub is, it is rubbing your hair with the towel in a circular motion, whether it be counterclockwise or clockwise. You choose the way your curl pattern goes. And you can see how my hair is kind of sectioned out on the tips, and it is still afro-like at the base. Can't really tell in this picture, my head is a little back. I wish I would have took more pictures at the beginning, but it was an awesome process to go through for sure. You can tell that my tips are still not mature these days compared to how they were when I started. Tips right here are super curly, and I like the curly look. I like how it looks with the curly tips on dreadlocks. But that's the first day, and I'm really glad that I did start out my dreadlocks. We're gonna move on a couple months down on this picture when my hair was actually starting to lay down. This was one of my favorite stages when my hair was this length. This is a really cool length. I think a lot of people these days have their hair at this length and they keep it at this length, and they keep cutting their hair as a way of maintenance, and I think that's really cool. Me personally, I just want to keep growing my hair because that's part of the process for me. But as I said, you could tell that my tips are still curly in this picture. Yeah, overall they look really cool. I like the way this stage looks, I'm telling you. But one thing I do want to point out is that the sides of my hair is more bulky than the top of my head, and the reason being is because the hair on the top of my head is more light and more thin. Not necessarily thin, but more, I guess I could put it like this, it's not as coarse as the side of my head. So when it comes to the top of my head, my hair lays down way easier on the top rather than the sides, so that's why the sides are kind of flaring out like that. And my dreads on the side are a little thicker than the ones on the top, so that's the reason why they're flared out as well. Dreadlocks laying down is all a part of your hair growing out and getting length and actually getting weight from the length. So it's all a process, and it takes time to get your hair to actually lay down. But besides that, we're gonna move on to this next photo of my hair when it was actually pretty mature after that picture. This is when I moved to Phoenix, Arizona, and this was around, I believe this picture was taken like a little over a year ago, and my hair right here is probably 5 to 6 inches. You could see that my roots were never really maintained, and throughout the whole process of me growing my hair out and me locking my hair, I never really paid attention to maintaining my roots. I never really stressed about it. I just let my hair grow and then take its natural course. I think that's really important too, to see how your hair actually takes its course and actually will turn out by itself, and then you can kind of just maintain it here and there and fix things that you don't like and just go about it like that, rather than maintaining it the whole time and trying to make it perfect throughout the whole process, when it's kind of just a process. It never reaches perfection, but it's just a whole journey of that process of trying to get to perfection. Moving on to this next photo, this is when I started pulling my hair up a lot, and then I used to wear my hair up like every single day. I don't wear it up as much as I used to. Got a fade on the sides, you can see, and I don't have a lineup in the front of my hair. This is before I started getting lineups. Yeah, you can tell in this picture that my sections aren't even all the way there. My hair is very frizzy and fuzzy at the root and kind of maintained at the tips, you can tell. But at this stage, I would just kind of let my hair take its natural course, and I would just wash it and just let it go, and almost free-forming, but not really. I would maintain it when I didn't like something about it, but if nothing bothered me, I would just let it go. But here's a cool photo after I got a fade when I was in Liberal visiting my parents. This is after I started getting lineups, so you can see the crisp lineup I have in this photo, and you can see the fade that I have. It is high top fade, and I like the way the high top fade with the dreadlocks look. That's a very popular look these days, and it started, I feel like the birth of high top fade was a really long time ago, but I think it's just been very popular these days. Like, if you look back, you see Busta Rhymes had it, you see Kid from Kid and Play had it, and a lot of people did have a high top fade with dreadlocks back then, and they still do now. And it's not really something that someone started necessarily, but I feel like it's something that's been very popular these days. In this picture, my hair is probably 6 to 7 or even 8 inches. This is when my hair, I feel, was just gaining a length really fast. Even though it probably wasn't growing faster than normal, it just seemed like it was growing fast because it was maturing quicker, and it was just taking a whole different turn as far as maturity and the length, and everything seemed like it was speeding up, whether it really was or whether it wasn't. And we're gonna look onto this photo before we move on to this last one. You can see that my tips are dyed. So a lot of people do ask me how I dyed my tips. One thing a lot of people do not know is that my hair was actually bleached before I even got dreadlocks. So with that being said, I bleached my hair, ended up cutting it, and then the tips of my hair already before I even started my dreadlocks was bleached, and that's how I got my bleached tips, is my hair was dyed before I even started dreadlocks. But looking at this close-up photo, you can see that my tips are really cool looking. They're very loose and kind of curly at the ends, and my hair is frizzy up close. I think one thing people don't see through social media or through videos is the frizziness and kind of the messiness of dreadlocks from the outside looking in. But if you get close, if you see me in person, you'll see that my hair is a little frizzy, and it just like looks like normal dreadlocks, you know. But I do like the way my hair looks. I don't ever talk down about how my hair looks, because I think my hair looks really cool. I like the way it looks because I let it take its natural course, and I like the way it naturally looks. Okay, moving on to this next photo. This is one of my favorite photos. This is actually after I dyed one of my dreadlocks red. You can see that it's just fading into orange in this picture. But this was by far my favorite haircut I ever got, was when I got the cleanest high top fade, and I got like a really crisp lineup. I don't know, it was just like an overall really nice cut. And this cut was actually done by a man named Bevan, and he's really crispy with the cuts. Yeah, so this is a pretty clean photo. This is a bald high top fade. And this is actually a hairstyle I go for as well, as when I pull it up into a bun on the top, and then I'll just tie my dreadlocks around it with the dreadlocks that I do have. And this is an overall really cool look, and hopefully you guys did enjoy this little video. I know the whole process of getting dreadlocks was really fun for me. I know you guys enjoy it too if you guys do have dreadlocks, but it was really cool. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this video. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this series. Thank you guys for requesting it, and thank you for requesting me. I didn't think a lot of people would say for me to review my own dreads, but it was cool that a lot of people did. And if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for tuning in. It was awesome. The series is officially over until the next series. Let me know in the comment section what series you guys want to see. A series is pretty much me setting a week aside of videos strictly on that. So if you want to see a different series or anything like that, comment down below. I'll definitely do it. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time.